Daily Devotional with Heaven Ministry, March 18. Obedience is better than sacrifice. The verse is from 1 Samuel 13, verse 13 to 14. And Samuel said to Saul, "You have done foolishly. You have not kept the commandment of the Lord your God, which he commanded you. For now the Lord would have established your kingdom over Israel forever, but now your kingdom shall not continue. The Lord has sought for himself a man after his own heart, and the Lord has commanded him to be commander over his people, because you have not kept what the Lord commanded you." Obedience is better than a burnt offering. God reminds me of the verse above when I want to disobey his commands and rebel against him. The verse above explains God is more pleased with us when we obey him rather than when we give offerings to the Lord. The Bible says because Samuel doesn't come at the time Israel's enemy nearly attacked them, so gives a burnt offering to the Lord. This goes against Samuel's words to him, as Samuel prohibits him from giving a burnt offering himself and told him to wait for him in 1 Samuel 13 verse 9. Saul's disobedience caused him to get replaced by David, 1 Samuel 13 verse 14. It is also written Moses got entered the promised land because he's ordered to talk to a rock, yet Moses hates it hard twice, Numbers 20 verse 8. Disobedience to God causes judgment from God. God is the King of Kings. He is the ruler of this universe. His words is supposed to be law to all humans who follow him. But what happens in our life is we often disobey God. We often go against God's order, and we often ignore God's orders too in our life. This causes us to suffer many hardships and difficulties. For example, plenty of families are destroyed because they disobey God's orders. God has forbid us to marry that person. However, due to our love to that person, we choose to marry that person. After a few years, or months, or days, the marriage is ruined. Likewise, in making choices in our life, for example, when we are choosing where to work, choosing a university, and which major to take, how many of us knows we choose the wrong choice, but we kept doing it for various reasons? If we never listen to God's orders in our life, then destruction will come to us. We have to be able to submit ourselves under God's strong hand, even though we don't actually understand what God means to do with our lives. However, as time goes by slowly, we will understand what God's plan for us. From now on, let us seek God's guidance before we do something in our life, because regret always comes last. If it's in the beginning, it's called the registration. For I know the thoughts that I think toward you, says the Lord, thoughts of peace and not of evil, to give you a future and a hope. Jeremiah 29 verse 11. Jesus Christ loves you and your whole family. Thank you.